And we are back. I am back. Nick is back. But most importantly, Manchester United are back into the Champions League. Welcome back to Barbados Supporters on Air. I'm joined by your guy, Nick. How you doing, Nick?
I hear good, man. How things are you?
Me, I'm feeling really, really, really optimistic
Yeah.
about the future of our football club, Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
But without further ado, let me go to these small topics first, because I know there's a big discussion that was happening over the last 2 or 3 weeks. But let me go to these small topics first. Let me start backwards. Let me go to the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you think we need to strengthen? Like defense, midfield, attacking options. Where do you think we need to strengthen?
Well, it would benefit the team to obviously add some quality in every department of the pitch. If we can add some quality with the goalkeepers, depending on who stays and who goes, add some quality in defense, midfield, and up front. But I think that our immediate focus should be on the attacking options, because obviously we would have seen last season we had a problem with scoring multiple goals in games. We dropped a lot of points because we could not find a decisive second goal, or even a third goal, or even an opening goal. So I think our attacking options next season, we have to get some quality there. We have to the players who are already there have to improve, definitely. Marcus Rashford, to me, stands out as one of our most hard-working forwards. But he played about 50 games this season and scored less than 15 goals. So when you have that kind of production from your forwards, you're always gonna be lacking in games. So I think, yeah, definitely quality in our attack needs to be improved, and also in midfield. I think we need some more goals from midfield as well. So if we could sign a goal scoring midfielder, another one, because Henrik Mkhitaryan was supposed to be one. Well, not to say he hasn't been, but in terms of also assists and creating chances and taking chances, he's also been culpable, like the rest. So if we could buy a goal scoring midfielder who their game is around scoring goals and creating chances. If we could have someone else like that in our team, then I think we'll be better off next season. So definitely goals in midfield and goals up front, because
Let me interrupt you there. Let me give some stats for that. I actually agree with you. If I pull up some stats here now, right? Our top goal scorer was Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
28 goals and 9 assists. Our second most, the person who gave us his second most goals was Henrik Mkhitaryan with only 11.
Yeah.
It's according to my maths, 17 goals different.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Our next was Marcus Rashford. So our top three were Zlatan, Mkhitaryan, and Rashford. Both Rashford and Mkhitaryan had 11 goals. But like you said, we need somebody at the top who can provide some goals and also some assists. Hence why, I guess, since last season and this season, we've been linked with the likes of Gareth Bale and Ivan Perisic from Inter Milan, and now Antoine Greizmann from Africa. Even also James Rodriguez, who could chip in with some goals.
Yeah, we link with everybody, really and truly.
Like every summer, we link with everybody. you think out of those four, who do you think the most crucial signing should be, or who should United make the number one priority out of that 4 signings?
I think it's kind of obvious to us as United fans, to us who watch football, who watch United regularly. I think the glaring omission from our team, and that we can fill, is the void that can be filled by Antoine Griezmann. Griezmann he's capable of creating chances for his team. He's capable of running in behind, something that we kind of lacked last season. He's also capable of scoring goals, and he's scored goals on some of the biggest platforms you can imagine. And he's been a great player for Atletico Madrid, consistently keeping them in the Champions League, competitive in the Champions League, and competitive in La Liga. So I think that sometimes the rumors do get it right, and the rumors have been circulating probably since last summer after the Euros that he would follow some of his French colleagues over to Old Trafford. And I think this summer is the summer to complete that now that we have secured Champions League football. And securing the signature of Griezmann will go a long way into ensuring that we keep that we remain in the Champions League and we remain competitive because he right now is one of the best players in the world. Whether or not you are a fan of his or not, his statistics and his production levels indicate that he's one of the best players in the world. So I think
So you
right
think
now,
we should,
United, after all that long-winded introduction, United for sure, Antoine Griezmann will be a fantastic signing.
so you think Griezmann would be the number one priority? But another question though, before I go on to the big topic. Do you think we should retain the services of Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
Well, number one, I think Zlatan is a top professional, and you always need these top professionals at your club. I would even go as far as extending this courtesy to Wayne Rooney, but I think that's another discussion for a later time.
Yeah,
But Zlatan, he's proven that he can compete at this level still. I think that if he hadn't got injured, he would have started the Europa League final. He would have started and played in all those games and had a part in United trying to get in the top four and also trying to win the Europa League. So I think Zlatan can be rewarded with another year. It depends on his fitness, of course. But I would keep Zlatan around, whether it's for another year. But of course, if you're saying we have forwards there that are going to be there for over a year, but if you can keep a top professional like Zlatan to guide the rest of the young players in the Champions League for this first year that we're back there, I think that we need all the quality we can. Because remember, the Champions League is not just a competition, it is the competition that features the best professional footballers in Europe. So if we can have Zlatan, who is proven at 36, 37 that he is one of the best, then let's keep him for another year and let's proceed. But of course, fitness will determine everything.
it's true. So I mean, my take on that, you know, he got an injury. I think it was against Anderlecht. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got an
Underwood,
injury,
yeah.
and that injury kept him out, and it's going to keep him out until next year. But I just saw a video today of him juggling the ball, so
Yeah, you know, I
you
saw.
you never know.
He seems to be fully healed already.
Yeah, what he'll. But
That's amazing. I don't know.
yeah. So the major topic that everybody has been discussing, 2016-17
Hmm.
season in review for Manchester United. Now, at the beginning of every season, Manchester United are entered into about four competitions.
Yeah.
One being a European competition,
Hmm.
the domestic leagues. The domestic leagues consist of the EPL, the FA Cup, and the Carling Cup.
Mm. The
Now,
EFL Cup. Yeah.
or EFL Cup
Yeah.
recently, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, what people have been telling me is that yes, Manchester United were performing poorly in the PL. You know, with all these draws at Old Trafford versus all these
Yeah.
big teams. But
Yeah.
then you look at us winning the Europa League, us
Hmm.
winning the EFL Cup, and not to mention us winning the Community Shield. Now, here's my opinion of that. If we had lost, let's say, the Community Shield, a lot of people would have already, you know, said, well, Jose Mourinho off to a bad
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
This and that. That's just my opinion. What I'm trying to tell people is that, yes, we, over the years, have been focusing mainly on the domestic league PL, but we have been presented with four competitions and we got three trophies from those four. Well, three trophies from, let's say,
From five. Yeah.
five competitions, right?
Yeah.
Now, I asked people to rate Jose Mourinho and Manchester United out of 20. And they say that because of the 5 points per competition, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'm going to be honest and say I will give Jose Mourinho and Manchester United a 15 and a half.
You
But
can't give him less than 15 though.
correct. But
Yeah.
before I discuss my rating, I want to know what is your perspective on the whole. Even though United won three trophies, everybody still questioning Jose Mourinho on why he didn't perform this way in EPL. What do you think?
Well, okay. This is the first time I'm actually giving my opinion on United season in a wider format than just tweeting or Facebook post. So let me just get down to the nitty gritty. At the beginning of the season, Jose Mourinho unfairly predicted that United was going to win the Premier League. And as an experienced manager and as an experienced professional manager, Jose Mourinho committed the first mistake, and that is outlining your objectives at the beginning of the
Your
season. We
expectations,
saw, yeah, we saw Antonio Conte go down to even before that game against West Brom, and they were saying, yeah, so you can win the league this evening, and he was saying, well, I don't know, we got to work hard, we got whatever. Pochettino did not admit that he was going for the league until late April, when it was obvious that Spurs could still win it, with being 4 points behind Chelsea. So I think that was the first cardinal sin by our manager at the beginning of the season, to tell everybody, yeah, United winning the league. Nobody, you needed to admit to yourself first that you had some work to do with the squad. So all of that aside, I think our league performance was severely hampered by all those draws we had. We were not clinical enough in front of goal, especially in the league, especially at Old Trafford. We did not light up the theatre of dreams for the fans. I think that is one disappointing fact that you have to take away from this season. But against that as well, you have to look at our traveling schedule for the Europa League. I know a lot of people lambasted Jose Mourinho for using the congestion of fixtures and using the Europa League as an excuse. But we won the Europa League, so we can use it as an excuse. But you have to realize that in the Europa League, you travel far distances, and sometimes you may come in the day before or 18 hours before your game, and it's very hard to prepare for a game at Sunday 12 o'clock when you arrive back at Friday 12 o'clock. It's very hard. People think that.
Let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
Wasn't there in the month of either March or April that we had about 8 or 9 fixtures?
April was 9 fixtures, and as in addition to my point as well, is really hard to prepare for games in 2 days, because this is professional football. This is not outside scrimmage. You have to prepare for your opponents. So that being said, and you have all these games in April as well. You had games that we had to get postponed because of other teams' FA Cup commitments, or because of our EFL Cup commitments, and the season just rolled around like that. And if you look at the fixture scheduling, at the end of the season, we had to go away to Arsenal, away to Spurs, and away to City. I think that is madness. But aside from that, we had a lot of games. We persevered. We had fixture scheduling, we persevered. We lost defenders, we lost Zlatan of all people, and we still persevered. So if I am to analyze Manchester United season, Manchester United season has been filled with a lot of fight, with a lot of grit, and a lot of determination. Don't mind that we didn't really light up the place at Old Trafford. We still ended this Premier League season as with the second best defense, and that's 2 years in a row that we did that. So you gotta understand that Manchester United, although they haven't been their mercurial best this season, they've been very effective and very good in the competitions that have been very good to us. We beat City in the EFL Cup. We tell ourselves, you know what, we go on and win this thing. The Europa League, we tell ourselves this is the only way to get back in the Champions League, because the league fixtures and how we doing in the league ain't good enough. We went and win that.
So question.
The Community Shield was the first English game of the season, and we said, we know what we got later on a good marker, and we win that. So if I analyze Manchester United season, I really and truly, not as because I'm a United fan, I give us an A. Not A plus, but just an A, because we did really well with what we had, and the manager coming in, just bringing 4 new players, and I got a whole 24 or something that bring in by another manager. You got to understand United did very, very good. We do better than 90% of the Premier League. So yeah,
we're trying to tell other United fans, look at our fixture schedule in the month of April, May, and even back to March.
Yeah.
Had around 9 fixtures in one of those months.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to tell people that Jose Mourinho made the decision to forego the EPL. Why?
Yeah.
We couldn't get in the top 4, and we're performing poorly. So Nick, About 3 or 4 minutes ago, you said you disagreed with Jose Mourinho stating his objective that Manchester United will win the PL.
Yeah.
No. Fast forward to 2 months ago, where Jose Mourinho said he is going to put all his eggs in one basket. He is going to focus and concentrate solely on the Europa League and not forego the EPL. Do you agree with him or do you disagree with him?
Well, in short, when you said at the beginning of the season that you're going to win the Premier League because you're Manchester United, you're doing that based on you haven't kicked a ball yet, you haven't played a game yet, you haven't seen how the players react to your philosophy, you haven't seen how injuries are going to affect your squad, anything like that. So that is very risky to make that assumption at the very beginning of the season. Also, when we decided to put all our eggs in the Europa League basket, that was after we had seen the injuries. That was after we had seen the league schedule. That was after we had seen how we were probably going to end up in the Premier League. Because I tell you, if we were competing for the Premier League and we had to be away to City, away to Arsenal, away to Spurs in the last month of the season, I'm sure we would kick a rumpus. But because we all doing six, no boy care about we and them fixtures, right? But what I'm saying is, one, when we said we can win the Europa League, that was a calculated risk by Mourinho because I even said that we should go for the Europa League. But in the beginning of the season, before a ball get kicked, do not build up your fans and your players to that expectation. You have to hit the ground running. You have to work hard, put your head down from the beginning of the season, and work hard. Don't make assumptions yet.
But I mean, like, I'm more on the side of agreeing with Mourinho that you know what, before I go to EPL, so that we just focus on the Europa League. But why do you think some fans will say that this season hasn't been a great season for United, even though we have brought back 3 trophies to Old Trafford, one of them being the missing puzzle?
Yeah, that we never had before.
That same one has allowed us entry into the Champions League again. We are back in the Champions League. So why would you think some fans would say, you know what, this season has not been that great?
Well, the fans that say this season hasn't been great are very ungrateful fans, and I'm sure we've all watched football this season, and we've seen that United have not played the most sparkling, the most beautiful football, but we've been so hard to beat. Our games have been quote unquote boring because teams can't break us down. We can't break down teams either. But when we can break down teams, look at how the games are. We control games. Players got forwards on the pitch. They can't get a kick. Eric Bailly and Daley Blaine and Chris Smalling and them men on the pitch because teams can't break us down like that. So when we look at our season, we have to say that it's been a successful one because first of all, you're winning trophies. You get a missing piece of the puzzle that you have not found, and United now has some measure of respectability again because we are champions of a European competition. And this European competition, when you in Champions League, you go to France and Munich and these cities that are real close to one another. But when you got to the Europa League from September to May, you got to be going all to Russia and Ukraine and play. I remember we went to I can't remember, we went to Zoria or something like the pitch was so bad.
Yes.
And we want to get a draw over there. Like those are the things we had to endure in this Europa League season. So I think it's brought back some credibility to United. I mean, yeah, you can't judge United's season on the Premier League alone. Look at when Chelsea win the Champions League. Chelsea comes 6th in the Premier League too, and they still get Champions League football the next season at the expense of Spurs. So don't look at it from the football point of view or just a league point of view. Look at it from what you accomplished. We set out at the beginning of the season, how things was looking, if things was looking bleak, and look how you turn around, how your players fought. Our players fought the whole season, Phil.
I know. It felt like the entire season, but it's still kind of frustrating though. I got 2 more questions before we wrap up.
Yeah.
The first question is, are Manchester United back?
Football is a very continuous sport. I'm not going to say United are back. I'm going to say we're back on track. We can fall off of track, but right now we're on the right track. We win a European title. We're back in the Champions League. Now I think next season we just got to focus on our league position, maintaining our Champions League appearance, and we can move on from there.
True. And last question before we leave, Nick. Well, not question, more of an opinion or a statement. Give me 3 players
Yeah.
that you would love to see at Manchester United next season?
All right. The first one is Antoine Griezmann, for obvious reasons.
Surprise, surprise.
If for some reason we have to leave, De Gea has to leave, I'm sure Kasper Schmeichel would be a very capable replacement for him as well. In terms of defenders, I don't really have any defenders in my mind that I would like to bring in. In the midfield, uh, hmm, I ain't really sure either. You should have given me some time to think about this. But right now, I think our midfield line is pretty okay. We just need some more goals. We have got a lot of quality there. If we could get one of those Monaco youngsters, Bakayako or whatever his name is, he's a good player. He's a solid player. He looks really confident on the ball. So we could get him. But also, I think in our midfield now we could bring forward Daily Blind to replace Michael Carrick. But that's a whole nother discussion. But for sure, we need to build up the forward line. Antoine Griezmann is the step in the right direction.
I will give you my three.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them will be signings from outside of United, and then one of them will be a signing from inside United. I can start with two signings with Antoine Griezmann from Atletico Madrid, and in the midfield, Matuidi. I love him.
Yeah, we're harsh. Yeah, we're harsh. Yeah.
He is the Black Ander Herrera.
Yeah.
And last but not least, one of our youth products, Andres Pereira, who was playing at Granada.
Yes.
I would love to see him get some first team opportunities. It could be a substitution coming on in the PL, or it could be starting in EFL Cup or FA Cup.
Yeah. Those guys need the opportunity for real.
Yeah. But you know what, Nick? Thank you for part one. The review for 2016-17 season of Manchester United. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule. I will let you go on listen to the budget. You know what? This has been Barbados Manchester Supporters on air.